loose. Then again, I got a story that's harder than a hardcore course of the Holocaust. I'm talking about the what's still going on. I know where from that some really dumb for the base mother.
You're tuned into the hot seat. We'll be right back.
He left us flaming. Thinking she probably had a big beef. Because I'm back now, I get my teeth. So here's a song to the song about the shape of a stick. And a smile that went along with that. Interesting.
Welcome to the hot seat. It's your boy Bam the Boss Hall.
And I am the undisputed king of urban media, Tuck, and we got a very special show for you this evening.
Oh, who we got, man? I thought you brought your grammar school arithmetic teacher. Who we got in here today, man?
Today we have Rita Harden. Did I say that right? Did I say your name right?
No, it's Harden.
Harden.
H-A-R-D-E-N.
I was close. So Rita Harding, tell the listening audience what brings you here. What's on your mind? What made you attempt to sit in the hot seat?
Well, after after you came as a guest on my show, last Saturday on Speaking of the Tongue, and I did a little research and checked your website out, I was really interested. So I wanted to see what it felt like, because he just pushed a bottle of water over here in front of me in case I got to pour it on myself, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the survival packet here on the hot seat. But, before we get into all of that, Bam, let's bring the listening audience up to date on what's going on with the hot seat.
Saturday big show, rap and wrestling combined together. Hot seat in conjunction with Rocky King, former WCW wrestler, having a big showdown this Saturday, 6:30 p.m. Hateville Stadium.
Hateville Stadium.
Yeah, Hateville Stadium.
And special guests, Evander the Real Deal Holyville, John Rocker, Otis Nixon will all be in attendance at the Hateville Stadium in Hateville, Georgia.
Hateville, Georgia. You're going to get no better than that.
Also, the Hot Seat Urban Media has collaborated with Miss Harden, Rita Harden, for the Get Out and Vote rally next Saturday. Not next Saturday, I'm sorry. October 6th. Now we're going to let you talk. It's your turn to tell everyone what's going on October 6th.
Yeah, October 6th, Community Advocates in Action. We're a movement, a great organization dedicated to young people to educate and get them registered and vote in this process. We've been working really hard and getting many people as we can to register and vote.
So how many people you got registered so far?
Well, I believe it's somewhere around 25 to 30 people.
I think we need more than that.
This is well, of course you need more than that, but what are you going to do if you just started out here? Now, let me just tell you, every Saturday we have fundraisers, right? And as people come up on the fundraisers, we get them registered. Now, what's going to really bring this thing together is this youth summit that we're getting ready to do next Saturday on the 29th.
So what goes on at the fundraiser?
Well, at the fundraiser, we do barbecue. We have hot dogs and hamburgers we sell. We get people to register. We try to raise money as people come by. We're doing it right outside the WAEN TV studio.
So how many fundraisers have you had?
So far, we've had two.
So average of 15 people per fundraiser register to vote.
It's somewhere in there, yeah.
Bam, but she made a great decision. She wanted people. So where did she go?
The hot seat.
The hot seat urban media. That was probably one of the best moves your organization could have possibly made, is to call the hot seat urban media.
Well, wait a minute now. The organization ain't make the move, and ain't nobody call you. First of all, and second of all, I came here because of me, not because of the organization.
Yeah, but you know what? Needless to say, it was a great strategy to get the people out. Great strategy.
Well, I appreciate you guys allowing me.
For that move, you can be the Advocate of the Year. Get that award.
You gonna give me one?
Yeah. after we bring you in the hot seat.
So, why is it so important to you to get people to register to vote? That might be a good question to ask.
Well, I mean, if we think about our young people, we know that they're our future. And of course, whatever is happening right now in this world today is definitely going to be affecting them. As they become of age like ourselves, we should be situated and settled in a place where we've got a family, we can take care of them, we don't worry about, jobs, the economy, this kind of thing, because they have a voice. And they'll be able to vote people in, vote people out, whatever is needed to make their future better.
So, what is your background to save the world? Tell us a little bit about you. Maybe that'll help a little bit if we found out where this is coming from.
Well, I've been a community activist or person in the community working since I can remember. I'm from Philadelphia originally, and we were always, at that time, I remember when I was in high school, and we weren't even getting Black history in the classroom. We was just out protesting on that until finally those things came to be. So I've been doing it for quite some time, out working in the community with young people, working in the community with adults, working in the community with people of all ethnicities. Yes.
Ethnicities.
Yes.
So let me ask you this: have you ever been incarcerated?
No, sir.
And you're an activist?
Yes.
So you would have drawn the line. Some activists don't get out there as far as others.
So Chantel on one, so the other one get locked up. I come down there and get shot.
Yeah, I put something on the books or something.
Chicken activist, right?
Turn around. I'm all the way 85% activist. Like,
hey, I put something on the books.
As soon as you see them German Shepherds, she out there.
Yeah.
So, how long you been here in Atlanta?
I moved here in Atlanta in 1980.
For what?
Well, my husband and I moved down here he's from Dayton, Ohio.
Okay.
And we decided to make a move down here. We had family live here. And the job situation at that time, a lot of the plants had closed in Ohio and this kind of thing. So we made a move.
Oh, so you were living in Ohio?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And so you talked about this show, Speaking of the Tongues, yes, and yours truly, the undisputed king of urban media, sat in the seat on Speaking of the Tongue and had a very good time. And
Speaking of the tongue, what's
speaking
that?
of the tongue, I totally got caught off guard because she had done research on the hot seat.
Yeah.
So how long you been doing your show, and what is your show all about?
Well, my show derived from my book. I'm an author and a poet, and I have a book titled Speaking of the Tongue, Words of Spiritual Poetic Inspiration. And I came on the show, on the OG show, to talk about my book, and with Lewis Jackson and Don Farmer. And after that, it just kind of inspired me to do my own shows and talk about the things that I wanted to do with relationship to the book. I have different series on family and faith, and series on entrepreneurship and empowerment, and all of these types of series relate to the poems in my book.
So you do poems?
I write poems.
Could you recite one for us now?
Sure. Out of my book.
However you want to give it to us.
I'll be glad to.
Oh, so we gotta wait for her to get it. But
The book.
Yeah, you gotta wait for me to get out of the book.
if I knew a poem, when I used to do the Easter speech, I used to just get up there. I didn't have no book to read it out of.
Well, you ain't in Easter no more.
So call in 44292-1420. You're on the hot seat.
And you know what?
Tell us what you think about this poem.
Every Easter, I used to forget a part of the poem too, and then I start crying.
Oh, yeah.
Did they put you off the stage?
Yeah, they put me on the stage. I was hoping that's the reason why I started crying early, so I didn't even have to go through that.
When I got my speeches, I tried to get the one with 2 lines or less.
Yeah, they always give you the big long one, right?
Let me get 2 lines.
So you ready?
Yep, we're ready.
Okay, this poem is called The Speaker. Do we hear what we say when we speak? Do you know that the tongue is strong and not weak? What thought have you given to words you say? Have you prayed for wisdom and guidance today? The tongue, how powerful yet difficult to tame. The tongue that speaks fire, guilt, or shame. The tongue that boasts or spreads rumors and fears. The tongue that should give praise and thanksgiving is what our Lord God wants to hear. Do we know how to speak to one another? Have we forgotten that God wants us to love our sisters and brothers? To do deeds or works without speaking names? What is important to you? That you serve God, or that you want credit where credit is due? When we lash out against each other, when we humiliate, tear down, and speak against one another. Our Father's here and is not pleased. You have hurt one of his children. You should repent, ask for forgiveness, and fall down on your knees. For his grace is our gift. There's nothing more precious. The tongue can wreak havoc and cause serious transgressions. The tongue, how powerful yet difficult to tame. The tongue that speaks fire, guilt, or shame. The tongue that boasts or spreads rumors and fears. The tongue that should give praise and thanksgiving is what our Lord God wants to hear. So when we speak, let us be clear that the words from our tongue is soothing to the ear. Think about it before you speak it. Pray on it before you say it. Give it to God and let wisdom take control. Put your tongue to rest and let your heart unfold.
You know, I thought he was going to read the whole book. I go, wait a minute, we're going to cut off somewhere. You know,
You already here first on the hot seat.
hey, but you know, man, my position, that probably was great. I'm not a poem guy. And, I guess where I stopped liking poems, and it's being honest, man, this is the first time I said that. And when they turned it into this spoken word, that just tubed it for me.
Innocence.
Well, I don't think you listened to what I said
No,
when I talked about not about the poem, but when I talked about the book. The book is words of spiritual, poetic inspiration.
Inspiration, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's a good audience, and I'm sure that was inspirational. But me, I guess, with short attention span, it just. I mean, I'm not a music person either, so don't take me wrong. And I'm sure there's a lot of people, and I probably need it. I need it. So, what drove you to write a book?
Well, I've always had a lot of thoughts on my mind. I've always enjoyed writing. Even when I was a kid in school, I just liked to write. And after some time, I decided I would put something on paper. And it took me a little while to do that too, because I kept putting it off and saying, "Oh, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I'm gonna do it." But I just decided this is what I want to do.
How long did it take you to write that?
It took me about, I would say, the book itself took about 3 years.
So, where can our listening audience pick up a copy of your book?
Amazon.com or rosedogbooks.com.
Okay.
How many copies have you sold?
Well, right now, believe it or not, I've sold about, I would say, 220 copies.
And how long has
I
it been
had
out?
one person to buy 150.
Oh.
What were they gonna do with that?
Well, they spread the word. They put it out there.
Stocking stuffers?
No, some, yeah.
So, what's the retail price of the book?
$12.
Okay. All right. So, your book. So you were on the OG show, and after the OG shows, and it kind of sounds like our story in a little bit because we wanted to do the show down there at WAEN.TV, and once again the Get Out and Vote rally will be October 6th from 1 to 5 o'clock at WAEN.TV, 3105 Washington Road. But the big to do is this Saturday at the Hateville Stadium. Rapping Wrestling, the Hot Seat Urban Media, in conjunction with Rocky King, presents the biggest show. 8 wrestling matches, 1 exhibition boxing match, and 20 entertainment acts presented to you by the one and only Hot Seat Urban Media. And very special guests, Evander Holyfield, John Rocker, Otis Nixon, and many, many more will be in attendance.
You just said the big to do was the show or Get Out and Vote.
Now we hope we're definitely going to be a part of the Get Out and Vote rally October 6th. So we're suggesting everyone to come out to register.
Have you ever thought about registering at this Saturday show? Just have a table out to get people to vote.
Well, I'd like to. I don't
You
want
got
to.
some money?
You see, this is the problem. You see, let me just say this. This is the problem. You got to, if it's about the money, then what we talking about? I need to just come out there with a table and a crew and sign up some folks. Period.
We need to see your crew before they come out there. We don't want just anybody out there on tables asking folks to register. Now, you know what? We will be more than happy for you to come out there with a table and register to vote, because I'm sure there's going to be hundreds of people out there, registered and unregistered,
Yes.
out there.
And you know, one of the things that I found out about on the registrations now, you got to, when you send in your voter registration form, you have to send in a copy of your ID.
So you guys been registering people without?
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying that because you're saying come to the show, to the event that you're having.
So how do you get copies?
That's what I say. That's what I'm saying to you
I
guys.
think it's your
How
right.
you, how you get copies?
Well, we were right there at the station, so we make copies.
Well, you gonna have to figure it out then.
Hey,
I
it's
guess I'm
your.
gonna have to figure it out. So I'm on my own on that. Huh?
Cause I think you probably, with me, honestly, you probably have more people than the 15 that you're looking forward to on the 6th.
Hey, you know
Oh,
what?
I don't know that I'm gonna have 15. Wait, what you
That's the
talking about?
average.
Oh.
Over the time you've been out there doing it.
Well, I
And
mean,
that
what
was
you gonna
a
do?
great suggestion Bam came up with. That's why you came to Hot Seat. You needed ideas, and Bam just gave you a great suggestion. There's going to be people there that need to register to vote,
Right.
and there's not a better opportunity.
I'll be there.
And I mean, if you do the research and you check the venue out, they may have a copying machine there, and everybody's out here trying to get people to register to vote, so they may be all for it.
Well, I appreciate you guys for
You
that,
know?
for sure. Y'all kind of calming down over there. I
Just,
like that.
just make the check out to the hot seat.
See, there we go. We
You know,
That's a great idea. Thank you.
I know, man, that every time he gives you an idea, he says he's supposed to get a check. So if you're out there listening, yes, I'm talking about you. But great opportunities, for the hot seat. We appreciate that, the wrestling organization reached out to us and asked us to be a part of it. We appreciate you reaching out to us and asking us to be a part of Get Out and Vote. And we understand why both the organizations asked us to be a part of be a part of their show. And we will do everything we can to enhance your show October 6th. It will be, as long as you get off stage, we will have a big, unbelievable, amazing show with hundreds and hundreds of people, because we have no less than hundreds and hundreds of people everywhere we go. The Boss Hog and Undisputed King of Urban Media has established a following that's almost cult-like now. It's kind of scary. It's
Well, that
actually
sounds wonderful.
it's actually scary now that we're recognized when we're out there. Huh? You just say, huh? And then people calling you and asking you all kind of weird stuff on the phone. They call and ask, can they speak to the entertainers? They call and ask, do we do videos? They call and ask, are we single? Are we married? I mean, we get all these things now.
Cousins from 30 years ago.
Wow.
I'm like,
Wow.
are you serious? Like,
Yeah, people are just
That's a good thing, though, right?
nah, not really.
no.
Now, I don't mean people. I'm just saying that the notoriety. I mean, the people starting
I mean, they're definitely respecting the
Yeah.
hot seat or media, because, like I said, we don't cut corners. We're not going to have an amazing show. We're not going to do it.
Yeah.
Just like your event. You asked us to come out October 6th. We don't come out with a gang, with an entourage. What's it called, man?
That's right. I'm excited.
We ain't coming.
Well, I hope to be able to interview on my show, because my show will be going on during that time. Some of the acts you're going to bring.
Well, you know what? Like I said, the best thing, and Bam said it too, the best thing is to come out Saturday to the Hateville Stadium.
Okay.
And you'll be able to see some of the most amazing acts out there. Matter of
And what
fact,
time does it start?
6:30.
6:30. Matter of fact, the group Cool Chicks, we had them on the show last week.
Mhm.
They're gonna do a Comcast television show next Tuesday at 7 o'clock, all through the hot seat of media.
Wow.
Like I said, people call us and ask us, do we have this, do we have that,
Mhm.
and the promoter for the television show says
It ought to be called Hot Seat Urban Media / staffing.
staffing agency.
Yeah, because we find people work.
Wow.
And instantly, I took the cool girls, put them in place with the promoter.
Mhm.
Boom, they'll be on TV Tuesday. Amazing things. The Shabazz boys were with us performing here in the hot seat on the shows, and next thing you know, we turn around, they're on America's Got Talent. So, I mean,
That's fantastic.
We're working with some amazing people, and that's how we got our credibility. Sam Cooke's granddaughters, and I think I mentioned that to you on the show, sat right there in the seat you're sitting in. 3 beautiful women.
Yeah, I saw that video.
And on tour in Tokyo with Bobby Womack.
Wow.
Amazing, you know, this is amazing.
And now you got me.
Yeah. and what's amazing is, I always say this, and we don't know nothing. You know, this is all God's doing, because we had no inclination it was going to turn into this at all. We
It's
never
so
saw this
wonderful.
coming, and everything that's thrown our way is just, it comes out of nowhere. We don't seek it out; it seeks us out now. You know, because of that whole thing of credibility and delivering the product every time.
So, how many people would you like to register? What's your goal?
Well, I would hope we could have registered. I don't, you know what? I want to register as many people as possible. I don't see setting a goal, and that's why we're new, we're young. We just started. We just put this whole organization together in the last month.
So, what are you driving to get the people out there? What are you telling them to get them out there?
Well, with our,
you gotta have some type of free food or something. You got
yeah. I mean, if they register, they get free food, because we serve food out in the parking lot. Like the last 2 fundraisers and rallies to register to vote, we did at the studio, at the parking lot. And there was also Mr. Jackson who's out there as well, and he has the free phones, and so that helps to bring in and generate people to come.
So
their interest, and then when we grab them and get them signed up and everything. But we're trying to take it to the next level now, and that's why we're doing the youth summit, which is going to be next Saturday, from 9 to 2, 9 to 2. We'll be serving. We have churches. We've got flyers out. We've got youth ministries. We've got some of the colleges.
Churches chicken?
No.
You said churches.
See, here he goes.
I thought you said churches.
No, I'm just saying churches, youth ministries, along with some of the students at the youth center. We have people go there and get flyers out, get the word out. We also have some speakers that are going to be there.
You know, that's a great place to go get people to register to vote.
Yeah, and they do a lot of their own too.
I'm sure they do.
How many people do you have on your team, actually?
We have a total of, I would say, about 20 to 25 people in the organization.
What are you thinking, Bam? I know you got to be thinking
20 to 25? That's a lot.
Yeah.
What kind of work are they doing, though?
Well, everybody has their own committee. They're responsible for doing
this
certain
is what I'm
things.
trying to figure out.
But what I'm saying to you is that we've only had our first 2 get out to vote rallies. So this is not, and we just started. And so this summit is the next thing, where we have put together, where we have speakers from the NAACP, DeKalb County. We're going to have Mary Pack Hector, who is the national director of a youth director of the National Action Network. We're going to have and a few other guests to come and speak to the young people. We are out recruiting every day.
Well, are those 20 to 25 people, are they there just for a conversation piece?
No.
They say I'm here to register people to vote. That's what I do.
Bam, I know what you're saying. You're saying, are they really making an impact?
Yeah,
or are they just on the
20
team?
25 people, and I'm just going not to go back again and say 30 people registered. It should at least be 3 to 5 people per 25 people.
I'm right there with you.
Well, I'm right there with you too. But guess what? We all have a lot to do, and we do. We get
out. But what Bam is saying, the ultimate goal is to get people registered. So whatever else you have to do needs to be secondary, and the primary thing is to get people to vote.
Well, what do you think I'm out there doing? Didn't I just
tell you? We're talking about the other 25.
No, all of us. We're all participating in this thing. Now let me ask you.
As one of my dear friends
wait a minute. Now let me ask you. What do you guys? Have you guys been registering people?
Well, we're not.
We're not.
You got all these young kids you bring in.
That's not our mission. That's not our mission.
But I'll tell you this. On any given Saturday, Bear the Boss Hall and the Undisputed King of Urban Media could get more than 25 people registered in one given day because of persistence and consistency and aggressive approach. Because if you're taking your time, if you're sitting back and think they're going to come to you, it ain't going to happen.
No,
So you have to be aggressive. And I'm telling you, come to the show Saturday, set up your table,
Okay.
and I will show you personally how to get their attention and get them over there. Because just like
Well, it's not easy. I
October
mean,
6th, it's got to be festive. And you've added one element to it. You added the hot seat urban media to get out and register. Now we have to have all the other pieces in place. It has to be organized, it has to be structured, and people have to be looking like they're official in signing people up to register.
Well, we do that, and when we.
And I'm not saying you don't. I'm just telling you the vision that I would have if I was trying to get people out there voting. I would have tables, I would have chairs, I'd have everything set up to make it so simple for them. Because if it looks mom and pops, if it looks like just some folks out there fumbling around, I'm not going to stop and I'm not going to take you serious. And I'm not saying that's what it is, because I haven't seen what you all do. But I'm just telling you, everything has to be structured in this day and age to get people's attention.
Well, I would like to still invite you guys to the summit and let you come in there, because my main thing is, we can get people signed up to vote, and we plan to do that. But the other thing is educating people. They need to be educated, need to understand, okay, I'm going to sign up and register and then go to the poll and don't know who you voting for. What's his name? Where he come from? Well,
they may not even go to the poll. See, that's the other thing.
That's the other thing. But what are you going to do about that? But I think the educational part of it is the most important part of it. And that has to be done. I believe in that. And that's my stickler with this thing. These kids need to understand this process. They need to understand who they're voting for. And with this education summit, we're hoping that will just spin off into other things and be able to bring in more people and register more people and educate more people. But you can go out there on the street corner and tell somebody, yeah, come on over here and sign up, register to vote. And that's a wonderful thing, but it's just like you said. Suppose they don't go vote. Some of them won't go vote. But they're registered, but then they're still not educated.
I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it well. Bam has more of a closer relationship with young people. And I go to him when I try to understand what's going on in the minds of young people. And he can attest to this, because when I don't know, I'm going to ask him, because I don't know. But once he tells me, I can convey that to the young people. See, I can't just see your approach, and maybe your organization approach. Maybe you need somebody younger to tell you how to feed the young people.
No doubt, and that's why we're trying to get young people involved in this organization.
But see, and all young people can't feed young people. You have to have a person that comes across as real, a little street savvy, and is just going to be a straight shooter. If you have this 4.0 student perfectly speaks English, well dressed, well mannered, that's not going to reach the kids that aren't voting. That's going to reach the kids that are voting. So you have to have somebody that can bridge that can actually, because those kids that aren't registered ain't fooling with the kid that's the good, great student. They're not.
Well, I agree. You have to have a mix. There's no doubt about that.
So when you're having your program Saturday, there's got to be somebody that can get up there and reach the people. That can captivate that audience. They're not going to embrace a straight talker speaking from a perfect world perspective. That's not going to happen. It's not going to work that way. You're going to have somebody who knows what's really going on.
And I think we do.
Okay, good. I'm just saying, I don't know what you have.
I think we do. I think we do have someone. So
because I think that's part of the breakdown in our community.
And I agree with you, because we have to be able to relate. You got to be able to relate to get their attention.
And like I said, Bam is my go-to guy when I can't relate, and I can't relate often. But once he gives it to me and I get it, I got him. I got him every time, not sometime. Because I seek to understand